Welcome to Machines Best HT. Today we're diving deep into the wild forests for an extraordinary journey that's as thrilling as it is hilarious. We're talking about not just one or two, but a full 100 epic woodcutting scenes straight from the mountains, where giant trees, treacherous terrain, and the relentless power of the chainsaw collide. This adventure is filled with action, surprises, and laughter, all from the perspective of an awestruck observer. So, buckle up as we explore the world of woodcutters like never before. The journey begins with our first step into the forest, and it's immediately clear that we're entering a whole new world. One where trees aren't just trees, but towering titans that loom over everything. Imagine standing in front of a skyscraper, only this one is alive, with roots that go back centuries. The woodcutters seem undeterred, though. Armed with chainsaws that roar like wild animals, they stride forward as if preparing for battle. The air is heavy with anticipation, and as the saws come to life, the forest vibrates with their deep, growling hum. This isn't just work, it's a spectacle. The first cut is made, and it's like the opening move in a grand chess match between man and nature. The blade sinks into the wood with a satisfying hiss, sending shards of wood flying like confetti. And just like that, the show begins. But it's not just about cutting wood. It's about survival, precision, and the sheer power of human will. From the very first scene, you can feel the tension. Every swing of the chainsaw is calculated, every movement purposeful, as if the woodcutters are performing a finely choreographed dance with nature itself. The next scene brings us face to face with one of the forest's oldest inhabitants. A tree so large, it seems like a relic from another time. To call it big would be an understatement. This is a tree that could easily overshadow a small building. But to our woodcutters, it's just another challenge. Approach it with confidence, chainsaws in hand, like knights going up against a dragon. The saws roar to life, and the first cut is made. It's a slow, deliberate process. The saw teeth bite into the tree with a sound that's both satisfying and ominous, as though the tree itself knows what's coming. Each slice of the saw sends out a spray of wood chips, creating a cloud of dust that hovers around the base of the tree. It's as if they're chiseling away at a giant statue, and with each pass, they get closer to bringing it down. As the tree begins to sway, you can feel the anticipation in the air. It's like watching a tower on the verge of collapse. Everyone holds their breath, waiting for the moment it'll fall. And then it happens. Slowly at first, the tree leans, then falls with an earth-shaking crash. The ground trembles as the tree hits the forest floor, sending up a plume of dirt and leaves. It's a scene that, no matter how many times you see it, never loses its impact. The sheer size of the tree makes its fall feel like a natural disaster, but to the woodcutters, it's just another day on the job. If you think cutting down trees is all about brute force, you'd be wrong. There's an artistry to it, a finesse that only the most skilled woodcutters possess. Watching them work is like watching a painter with a brush, or rather, a sculptor with a chainsaw. Every cut is precise, every movement controlled. It's not just about getting the job done, it's about doing it with style. The woodcutters handle their chainsaws like an extension of their own bodies, guiding the blades through the wood with the kind of grace you'd expect from a dancer. Each cut is clean, sharp, and deliberate, as if they're carving out a masterpiece from the trees themselves. The saws themselves are a marvel to behold. Their motors hum with power, the blades spinning at dizzying speeds as they tear through the wood with ease. And yet, despite their ferocity, there's something almost beautiful about the way they work, how they glide through the wood, leaving behind smooth, perfect cuts. It's easy to forget that this is a dangerous job. One wrong move and things could go south quickly. But these woodcutters make it look easy. They're not just workers, they're artisans, transforming the forest one tree at a time. Just when you think things couldn't get any more intense, the weather decides to up the ante. A storm rolls in, bringing with it torrential rain and howling winds. But the woodcutters don't back down. Instead, they gear up and get ready for the next round. Rain pours down in sheets, turning the forest floor into a slippery mess. The wind howls through the trees, making them sway and creak ominously. It's the kind of weather that makes you want to pack up and go home. But not for these guys. For them, it's just another challenge to overcome. They fire up their chainsaws, and the sound of the engines cutting through the rain is almost surreal. Water splashes up from the ground with each step they take, and every time the saw bites into the wood, It sends out a spray of water and wood chips that looks like something out of an action movie. It's a battle of wills, man against nature, and neither side is giving an inch. But in the end, the woodcutters come out on top. The trees fall, one after another, their massive trunks crashing down with a sound that echoes through the forest like thunder. The storm may rage on, but the woodcutters remain undeterred, their determination as strong as ever. Next, we head to the steep slopes, where the stakes are even higher. Cutting down a tree on flat ground is one thing, but doing it on a hill is a whole different ballgame. One wrong move, and the entire tree could come crashing down the slope, taking everything and everyone in its path. The woodcutters approach the challenge with caution, their movements slow and deliberate. The chainsaws roar to life once again, and the first cut is made. But this time, there's an added layer of tension. The ground beneath their feet is uneven and slippery, and every time the saw bites into the wood, it sends a shudder through the tree that could easily tip it in the wrong direction. As the tree begins to lean, the woodcutters move quickly, positioning themselves to guide its fall. The air is thick with tension as the tree sways back and forth, seemingly undecided about which way to go. And then, with a creaking groan, it begins to fall. It's a slow-motion moment, where time seems to stand still as the tree topples over. The woodcutters watch intently, ready to jump out of the way if things go wrong. But everything goes according to plan. The tree crashes down the slope, bouncing and rolling before finally coming to a stop. It's a heart-pounding scene, one that leaves you on the edge of your seat. After 100 intense scenes of woodcutting, we finally reached the grand finale. The forest has been transformed, with massive trees lying scattered across the ground like the aftermath of a great battle. But instead of destruction, what we see is a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The woodcutters have done it. They've conquered the forest, one tree at a time. Their chainsaws, now silent, sit by their sides like loyal companions after a long day's work. The sun begins to set, casting a golden glow over the fallen trees, and for a moment, there's a sense of peace. But this isn't the end, just the beginning of a new chapter in the woodcutter's journey. As they pack up their gear and prepare to leave, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. These men and their machines have done something incredible, something that will be remembered long after the trees have been cleared away. And that wraps up our 100 epic woodcutting scenes from the mountains. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for more action-packed content from Machines Best HT.